okay, it's over now, right? Are you done with that part? Did you make those New Year's resolutions and you didn't follow through and you don't want to talk about it? Or did you just not get caught up in that game because that's just like, you already know it's never going to happen because it never did before? Well, 2019 can be different if you choose. So 30 seconds in, if you're still in with me, let's give her a go. Let's talk about this. So a lot of people know what they want and they know what they got to do, but they get in their own way. I've been doing that for years, and it's not easy, and it's not fun, and it's not easy to change that or to break those habits either. So how did I do it? Are you wondering? Yeah, 30 days of being on YouTube. For me, that's a pretty big deal. Considering the fact that I just got the internet before Christmas, that probably shocks a lot of people because I never had the internet before. Wasn't really doing a lot of the techie computer stuff. Wasn't really against it. Never been against it, but I was never really engaged in that world because in high school I did computers classes, came home with migraines. Mom thought I was on drugs. So computers, I figured, was just not in the game for me, not in my future. So that whole business idea went out the window, I thought. If you're going to be a secretary or in the office or working on your business plan or in accounting or any of it, I'm on the computer. So that made me figure I was kind of out of the game. Years later, here I am. The YouTube sensation. Woohoo! Yeah, well, maybe not quite yet. So, here's the big thing. If I just got the internet before Christmas, and then I created my own website before New Year's, what's stopping you from making that big change? I had all my Christmas fun with family and friends. I was busy and enjoying it. And despite my health issues and despite all those things that get in the way and that have brought me to this point, I have still made some changes. I have still made some differences. I, didn't make millions off my YouTube yet. I don't have podcasts, all around the world that everybody is, flocking to interview me. I am not the, famous blogger and written all my books yet, of course. And I haven't, Instagrammed the greatest wonderful so that it's all on the other platforms. And I haven't taken over the whole social media sensation. I understand and I agree. But I've had the nerve to start a whole new direction in everything that I'm doing, pretty much. So what's stopping you? Fear? Because fear is a big factor in my life, yes. But fear is a liar. Tells you can't do anything. You can't do it. Perfectionism. Oh, I am a perfectionist. Oh, you can't tell. Because the perfectionism stops me in my tracks and makes me feel like a failure. And so you probably wouldn't know that I would like to be perfect. But I'm never gonna be. So does that mean I'm a failure? I feel like one sometimes, but it doesn't mean that I've failed at everything, because every day for my whole life, I survived and I made it through. And some of those things were easy and great, and some were not. So you can do it too. So here's my little story. Okay, let's see. I got the internet before Christmas, and I started my website before New Year's. Okay, there's a pretty big deal. So if you've been trying to do that, Go do it. And you're going to be like, oh, it's easy for you to say. But I went and did it. Didn't know a lot about it. I spent 3 days trying to set up that website. And on the 4th day, I trashed that all and kind of picked something new. And I read that it says, well, sometimes it takes 72 hours for the website to work. So guess what? There it is. I hit publish within a couple hours because I wanted to make sure it worked by New Year's, because it was all about the whole year of 2019. So there we went, and I had a website. Woohoo! I bought one of those credit cards that you buy at the store. You know, that is a prepaid, and I bought my website. And then, so that's all used up, done, you know, I got my website for a year. And my domain name and all of that. And I went through WordPress, very simple. A lot of it, you know, they pick a template, go with it. You know, put in your information that you want to put in. I don't have my name or my address or none of that for public. You know, there's no worry about having a credit card or a good credit score. I went and purchased one at the store. And, you know, the prepaid. So I had a few dollars that I invested there. I don't have the computer at home, so I can use library. But I did purchase the internet. So there's an investment, okay. But you don't have to. You can go on a monthly payment plan for your website. So that's pretty cheap. Okay, next issue we can argue about and have a problem with. Okay, I'm on YouTube. I've seen YouTube. I downloaded the app. I practiced a couple of videos on my phone. And then I downloaded the app. And put some information on there. Didn't even finish it all. Recorded a couple more videos. Picked one. Threw it on there. Uploaded it. There it is. Put a title on it. Put a description. I'm on YouTube. Okay. So, my perfectionist in me said, oh, you're not a model. You're not perfect hair, you don't have makeup all the time, you don't know half the makeup these days, you're not up to date anymore, you haven't had TV in 10 years, so you don't know what people want to see, you don't know nothing. I mean, that part of me was pretty strong, but I knew I had to make changes, and I knew that if I just told myself, sometimes I lie to myself. I say I'm going to do it and I know I'm not. Sometimes I know I want to, but sometimes I'm not. I'm motivated, but I'm not really motivated enough to get it all done and to do it. And I don't have to get it all done and do it all. So, okay, my plan was a video every day. I wanted to blog about it every day too, write it on paper or on that computer every time, but I found that typing for a long period of time, sometimes I was typing for 4 hours to finally get one article blog written out, so I was trying to be too perfect. So if I did a video and I wrote about it, or if I just did the video, at least I'm putting content on there, right? Okay, so I'm getting content out. I wrote some blogs, and some of them aren't video and aren't on any other platform. They're just on the website. So after a couple days of doing YouTube, I had to do podcasts right away too. That was my plan. I wanted to do YouTube, but I wanted it to be on a podcast as well. So I looked up Anchor because my sister said, hey, Anchor's pretty cool. Okay. I looked up Anchor, and I downloaded the app, just like I downloaded the app for YouTube. And I found out, yeah, you have to have it turned on for Wi-Fi in order to make it work. Whereas YouTube, I could just upload a video and use that Wi-Fi at that point, or the internet hookup at that point. So, okay, I've recorded a whole lot of nothing. And I've done that with video. I told it to record because my phone said that it could do that, and then it didn't record, so I wasted 20 minutes there. Okay, well, a learning experience, once again. So, everything that I do on YouTube gets to put on a podcast. Okay, we're doing awesome. So I've got a YouTube and a podcast and a website. Now I have to make them all talk to each other and share information together and tell people about it. And be honest and tell people I'm getting my shit together. Time for you to get your shit together. So then you kind of feel like an imposter. Well, I did, because I haven't got all my shit together, so who am I to tell everybody else how to get their shit together? Except I needed people to tell me situations, or I had to learn it the hard way, so why not make it a little easier for somebody else to learn those lessons? And then, well, if I can do it, you can do it, right? Then you're going to say, oh, but we're different and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's true. We are different. But basically, we're all human. We all share in humanity and life struggles, and we all have issues, and we all have things that we are good at. So write down what you're good at. Write down what you want. And write down what you have to do to get there. And even if you can't jump and get everything you want in 24 hours, like, you know, because it's not winning the lottery, you're going to work for it. Then one small step at a time. I kind of jumped on into it and away we go, and it's not perfect. And I go back and I learn to do YouTube a little bit better. You know, now I have a playlist. Now I know about some keywords and keynotes and stuff. There's some things I'm learning. You know, my podcasts, I'm learning that they're getting put on other platforms. So even though I'm going through Anchor.fm, it's on Google, it's on 6 other, Spotify, on 6 other platforms. They did that for me. I don't have to worry about it. Now I made an ad on there. So every so many thousands of people that listen, I make some money. Maybe. We'll see. Haven't hit that yet. So then I gotta do more and more and more, right? Well, some days I struggle and I barely do anything. So I learned that I needed to do a couple of videos extra ahead. Especially when I look through them later and I realize I don't like that one and I don't like that one, so I gotta redo them. And then I didn't get out of bed that day, so I have to upload something that I already made. And I have appointments that day, so I have to upload something before I get out the door. And everything can get in the way. Everything can become an excuse. But, as you can see probably in the background, I have a tripod and a cell phone. That's my camera. You don't need all the expensive. It's okay. I have some lights on. I got a shadow here. I should probably do something different about that. There we go. I should be a different angle. I'm learning. So I'll do better in future ones. There we go. I can turn this way. There we go. It's kind of weird though. And so I'll do a bit better in the next ones. And then I'll look more professional. But in the meantime, everybody who knows that they're not a professional and wants to be, they'll see that somebody out there, just like them, is just doing it. And I'm not Nike. And I'm not talking anything pervert. I'm just not saying I'm killing it and I'm great and amazing at it, but maybe somebody out there thinks I am. Hey. But I am going ahead and doing something about my situation and about what I want to do. So I'm making a difference. Every day I'm doing something for my health. Every day I'm doing something to try to better my finances. Every day I'm trying to learn something new. Every day I'm trying to get healthier and get exercise and do what I got to do. Every day I have those appointments, whether it's out the door to the doctor or the neurologist or therapy, or to take care of somebody else, or I stay in and take care of me. Then I've added YouTube, podcasts, and then Instagram. And then on Instagram, it went pretty quick, pretty good, pretty fast, pretty wonderful. Woo, yeah. And I didn't pay any extra money for that either. Just saying. I kept my business and my personal accounts totally different. And there have been a couple creepers that messaged, and I kind of went, nope, delete and block, because they were saying things like, oh, you're not responding because I'm not, I'm not good looking enough for you. Wait, what? Wow. You're trying to make me do something? You're trying to make me feel guilty? You're trying to make me engage further? You don't have that right. Goodbye. Delete. That's abusive. I don't know you, so I don't owe you anything. I don't understand where that comes from for people. I had somebody who was like, oh, you're too busy for me? Are you what was it? Are you snubbing me? Are you, putting me down? Yeah, it's all about you, buddy. Delete, block. You can keep your world about you. Stay out of mine. I don't need that. I am not a drama queen. I am not playing with the drama kings. I don't know what you are. I don't need you. I do know what you are. You are abusive. You are manipulative, trying to make me feel like I owe you something. I don't owe you shit, buddy. I don't know you, and I don't want to. So there are ways to avoid that. So I have certain keywords and stuff that they're just not going to allow that to show up. But it makes you realize that, yeah, you have to be careful on social media. Of course you do. You have to be careful every time you open up the door. You have to be careful every time you get out of bed. You have to be careful every time you don't get out of bed. There's reality of people out there that prey upon other people, and that's probably why we have so many issues and emotional trauma, and we don't trust people, and there's just it's endless. And I'm stepping away from that, and I hope you do too. Stand up for yourself. You deserve better. You don't need to put up with that from anybody. I mean, a complete stranger thinks somebody should engage that way with me? Like, what? I mean, I've had people in my life that I cared about that started treating me that way, and they're not in my life anymore. Or if they are in my life, they're very small. Very little. I mean, I haven't got time and health half the time for the people who do matter, because I'm out with a migraine for a day or a week. So you think I got time for that other baloney? It's not happening. And don't let it happen to you either. So, in 1 month, I have learnt to YouTube. I have learnt to write my own blog. I have learnt to run my own website. I have learnt to, have Instagram and fight off some weird people. And I have improved all of my Instagram, YouTube, podcasts, and website over that time. And I continue to learn more. And I've worked on my house. I've worked on my health. I've worked on my finances. I've worked on some friendships, and I've worked on some healthcare issues. And I've taken some time for me, some self-care. And the list is endless. I mean, I've learned some hard lessons, and I've learned some good lessons. And that's what life is. I've learned that I'm not going to be ever perfect, but I can be me, and I can make a difference in my world, and you can make a difference in your world. So follow me on all those platforms. To really, actually, follow or like on whatever platform you want. And comment if you have good things to say. And if you need help, or you're worried, or you're upset, reach out. Because there are people out there who can help you. And if you're scared, well, that means maybe that you're going to make a choice that you need to make and you want to make. So go ahead and choose you. And choose what lifestyle you want. Because, yep, that's my cell phone. Because life gets in the way and interrupts, and it could be a shitstorm. And then later, you never know, it could be awesome, wonderful, warm, cuddly fun. Happiness of happily ever after. You never know what you can accomplish unless you try. So you know what you want. You know what you gotta do. You just gotta get out of your own way and get to it. And if you don't know what you want, maybe you've got that whole list of what you don't want. And then you can start from there. Turn the negatives into positives. And have a happy 2019. Woohoo! And join me. Because by 2020, maybe we'll have it all figured out. Probably not. But we'll be happier, right? Because we've been trying every day. At least one thing. Happy gisting. Get your shit together.